It's Madden NFL 22, and we've got a showcase of shutdown defenses. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Colts, and it comes your way next.
First opened back in 2008, there's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with their opponents. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Colts in this matchup. They have a tremendous aerial attack, one of the best in the league. But they're going to face a stiff test here.
I don't think that they'll face a tougher test all season long because this is the #1 defense in the NFL. A team that puts a lot of pressure on a quarterback. And we know from talking to both of these teams, neither of them's going to back down from this challenge.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They're going to look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
And that will be incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
To throw on 2nd down, Hoffman. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out of the backfield, telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Oh, some strong running. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Throwing on first down. Hoffman looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cannon. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Hoffman. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them. You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. On 2nd down. It's Harrison. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
He'll have a first down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line.
Here we go. He's across midfield to the 49.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff as they run left side. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 11. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 3rd down, Harrison. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So in theory, more teams alive for postseason berth later in the year.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. This a give to Mack running to the right. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And this one is incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You force the fumble, but when they...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they try the right side here. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying the defense is going to have to adjust to that.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just do it better than what they've done so far?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And now here's a carry heading left. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured up to the 9-yard run on the previous play. Getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go, baby.
on EA Sports. Second quarter now. Toronto in possession of the football. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Looking to throw. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be a 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Huskies have moved out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Let's go, boy. Bring it up. And the Colts getting ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Not much there, only a yard. Now it's 2nd and 9.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They run the draw play with Mack. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Mack. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Hoffman. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now a handoff looking right. Looking to find a lane,
but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. They'll drop to throw.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On first down, they'll start out with Mack. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Hoffman. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run on first down. Mack. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Hoffman. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Colts on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Hoffman. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, Hoffman. That's Gallup on the slant. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. This to the outside for Mack. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 25. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On first down, Hoffman. This goes to Mack on the check down. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw on second down. Hoffman.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
From the gun on third down. Hoffman dumps this one off to Mack. Touchdown! Marlon Mack is 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Colts on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Now the extra point. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. But Charles, it's the second quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as a quarterback, but like I said, it's the second quarter, so how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked because you know there's still an opportunity. No one's excited about his stat line right now. 1 touchdown pass, okay, that's cool. But he's throwing an interception as well. Can he eliminate the mistakes and keep making the positive plays, the good plays? That's what they're looking for from him.
Time to find out if he can do just that. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. .36 yards on the punt with no return. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw on second down, Hoffman into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. So we hit ruthless with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's the Jaguars who have the lead in the second quarter. James Robinson with a couple of touchdowns there. Next, we head north to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. C.D. Lamb, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Justin Fields. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2nd and 5. In trouble, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got his big tight end here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll try and run for it. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll run on the draw. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And his kick is indeed good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Hoffman. He's got Smith here. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
Off the bootleg. Hoffman. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So they tried to get him out of the pocket, but that just flat out did not work to their advantage.
Yeah, it seemed to me that he thought maybe he could run around the pressure, but he just kept putting himself in a worse and worse situation. At some point, cut your losses and just go down.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. This will be fielded at the 17. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. Toronto's offense ready to take over.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw here.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a 1st after a gain of about 9. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 3. First down, Huskies.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, Harrison. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Throwing on 1st down. Hoffman. Under pressure, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. Powers through. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The Colts on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and forever. Looking to throw. Hoffman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A give, running right is Mack. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hoffman, he's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, Hoffman. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And now here's a carry heading left. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down now. It's Harrison. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. They'll keep it on the ground. Harrison. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And on now is the punter, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Hoffman. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Hoffman. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Mack. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Hoffman. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Now they try the right side here. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. Now the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
Taken from just outside the 30. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? There's always one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll go again here with Mack. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset on 3rd down. Hoffman. This is Shepard on the catch.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. To throw on 3rd down, Hoffman. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? Well, let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard, 57 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. He's back to throw. That ball caught by Harrison. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You know, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for Indianapolis, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for Toronto, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.